Here's a few movies to check out this week, currently on Netflix Instant. Action drama, Rocky IV. This was a movie that introduced everybody to Dolph Lundgren. And Dolph Lundgren plays Ivan Drago, who is this unstoppable Russian boxer. He goes up against Apollo Creed and decimates him. So Rocky has to avenge Creed by getting into a boxing match with Drago on his home territory in Russia. Oh, it's full of montages and just so much pro-USA stuff. It's almost a parody of itself. It's incredibly enjoyable. The boxing matches are well choreographed. The story in and of itself is good. The whole moving it to Russia is a nice change of pace. I love this movie. Horror comedy, Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Teaching Mrs. Tingle was written and directed by Kevin Williamson, who wrote the Scream movies. Originally, it was called Killing Mrs. Tingle, but in April of '99, Columbine happened, and having a movie titled Killing Mrs. Tingle being a high school teacher, wouldn't really go over too well. The movie was about a bunch of high school kids, and they're dealing with a particularly nasty teacher. Now, the teacher sees the valedictorian doing something that could get her expelled. So these kids go over to her house to try to convince her that she didn't really see what she thought she did, and they inadvertently end up kidnapping her, and they're deciding whether or not they're going to kill her. It may not be as strong as Scream, but it's still worth a look. Horror, Dark Touch. 11-year-old girl gets adopted after she is the lone survivor of a huge massacre. She's trying to fit in with her new surroundings, and all kinds of weird stuff starts happening. The kids at school don't trust her. The parents don't like her. Her adopted parents start to think that there's something wrong with her. It comes out, you find this out in the trailer, the girl has telekinesis. And whenever she gets upset, her telekinesis really kind of kicks in. So it's kind of a little bit of Carrie with the girl not being in control of her powers. As a lot of negativity in the town builds, her powers get stronger and stronger, and then she kind of starts to get a little bit twisted. Creepy kid movies have a tendency to work, more often than not. Sci-fi thriller, The Fourth Kind. The Fourth Kind is a pseudo-documentary found footage film. It's not going to work for everybody, but if you're into aliens, you'll kind of give it a little bit more leeway. They tried to pass the thing off as real. It's not. It's completely fake. None of this stuff happened. Even though they're trying to act like these people exist and they're real, it's all fake. There's this remote place in Alaska where people keep going missing, and Milla Jovovich plays a psychiatrist who is hypnotizing people to try to get information on what happened. When she hypnotizes them, they keep telling her all this really weird stuff, and then weird, crazy shit starts happening. They factor into a lot of multiple camera shots at the same time. There's a few very effectively creepy moments with abductions. And this is a case where I thought that the found footage angle was used properly. The majority of the time, it's a bunch of people running around and the camera's flying all over the place. This was a lot of static shots. Occasionally, there was people holding the camera and running, or there was like police dash cams and that kind of stuff. Overall, it's not the kind of found footage film that's going to make you nauseous. That's all I got for now. I'll see you next time.